What if AI wasn't about cheating, but it was actually about becoming a better writer? Now, this tool will help you not only rewrite your essays, but it'll help improve your tone, your flow, and help you sound more natural. It's called Walter Wright's AI, and it might be your new superpower. A lot of people think AI just does the work for you, but that's not how Walter Wright's AI operates. It'll help rewrite your essay, and then it'll show you a side-by-side comparison, and you can go through and find these little changes that help make your writing just that much better. Let's dive into some examples about how it helps make you a better student without even trying.
All right, my friends, today we're going to start off with ChatGPT writing us a paragraph about the psychological effects of social media on young teenagers. And this is obviously AI generated because we just saw it happen, but one thing that also comes with that is robotic sounding writing. So there's thankfully a solution to this problem, which is called Walter Wright's AI. We can copy this and paste it over here. And then we will switch this to university and academic writing, and then click humanize and scan. Now I'm showing this from a ChatGPT generated paragraph, but it can also work when you write a paragraph yourself. But what is it actually doing here? So it's rewriting it to sound more human and more natural. It can help improve your tone and your flow, and that is something that I want in my writing to be better. So let's see a few examples here and then see what lessons we can take away as Walter Wright's AI is actually helping coach us to become better writers on top of helping us avoid any AI or plagiarism detectors. So just this first sentence here. Social media has a profound psychological impact on young teens, influencing self-esteem, mental health, and social interactions. So here, doesn't switch it a whole lot, keeps the same meaning, but it says a huge psychological effect on young teens and can affect their self-esteem, mental health, and socializing with peers. So I feel like the biggest difference I noticed was this last part here where it says social interactions on this side, and then it says socializing with peers. Although those are the same meaning, obviously, I feel like we can take something away there that sometimes simplifying these things into, what socializing are we actually talking about can really help direct the reader to understand what we are talking about. Let's move on to the next sentence here. Constant exposure to curated and often unrealistic portrayals of life can lead to feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and depression. Here in the rewritten, more natural side, we're looking at constant consumption of curated and often staged images of life is unsurprisingly a recipe for feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and depression. So I feel like here, what really drew my attention is this unsurprisingly. I feel like that helps point the reader in the direction of saying, this is my point here is that this is not good for these teens. And this word unsurprisingly really says, how did we not see this coming? If we're just going to consume this curated and staged images, life for real is not going to show up in the same way. That is something that sounds more natural, and I really like the tone of this better because it sort of puts that, obvious, this is what's going on kind of tone, and I feel like that sounds more like something a person would actually say, it's like a robot, it's like artificial intelligence. Let's skip down to one last example in the final sentence here. However, the balance between positive engagement and the potential for harm depends on usage habits and the ability to critically navigate online content. Here we have the difference between a constructive interaction with these platforms and the potential harm lies within the user's habits and frame of mind they put themselves into online. So I really like this last sentence here as it sounds a little more conversational while maintaining its formality, while over here it's very it's robotic, like I've been saying. Just the positive engagement and potential for harm depends on usage habits, while here, constructive interaction with these platforms and the potential for harm lies within the user's habits. User's habits here, I really like, points at the teenager in question instead of the usage habits doesn't really have much of a direction with it, and it just sounds a lot more natural. So Walter Wright's AI is not only helping humanize this content to avoid AI detection like is shown down here, it's also a good coach for your writing, and it helps improve your tone and your flow and your word choice by just making your writing sound a lot better. And then if you analyze your writing like this, you can then see what you need to improve on. Like they say, it is not replacing your voice, it is helping you find your voice and become a better writer along the way.
So many students have been saying about the power of Walter Wright's AI. They say, I used to use AI for my writing, and I still do, but now I'm a better writer than AI ever could be because of the coaching that Walter Wright's AI has helped me with. Some students said they just didn't realize how bad their writing actually was. They needed a lot more natural sounding tone and more flow in their writing, and Walter Wright's AI pointed out these issues and helped them correct their mistakes. A lot of them say it's like a writing tutor that never takes breaks, never gets tired, and doesn't get paid by the hour. Walter Wright's AI will help you grow as a student one essay at a time. It's not only a rewriting tool, but it's a writing tutor to help you become the best student possible. Do you want to get better at writing with every assignment? Try Walter Wright's AI for free today.